Hi, Nora. It's nice to see you again.
Hi, it's nice
How
to
are
see
you?
you. I'm good.
How has the past week been for you?
It's been good. I've been tired. Still feeling a little bit down and confused about how I'm gonna start my change.
I know last week we talked about you wanting to lose some weight to feel better about yourself, and we talked about the pros and the cons. So I figured we'd start off today by going through a typical day, and we talk about what you do throughout the day and how you feel while you're doing those things, and maybe how you feel after the activity.
Okay.
So I don't know if you want to write it out, or I can write it out. Let's see. So how do you start your day off?
So I start my day pretty early, around 5:30, and I usually try to make breakfast for the girls. Sometimes we just don't have time to eat together, so usually I'll send them on their way with some pancakes or something, and then there's a McDonald's right in between our condo and work, so I usually will stop in there because it's pretty quick. And then after breakfast, I usually go right into a meeting. We always have a big project at work, so I'll usually go right into a meeting. And then from there, it's just conference calls about different projects that my organization is doing. Usually I'll skip lunch, so by dinner I'm starving. So usually the girls and I will either meet somewhere out in the city for dinner, or we'll make something at home. Sometimes I'll order something takeout on the way home, and that way by the time we all meet up we can eat. And then after dinner, usually I'm just so tired, I usually just have a glass of wine and I go to bed.
Sounds like your day's very busy. At the in the morning, like how do you feel when you get up? Are you energized? In a good
Um,
mood?
Usually I'm just tired. I just always feel tired, and usually I have some coffee throughout the day too. Always with breakfast. Sometimes a little tea, but I always just need caffeine, like maybe a Coke or
throughout the
something.
day.
Yeah.
You said you skipped lunch. Does
Yeah.
that affect your day, your mood?
I guess it does affect my mood. I never thought about that. Usually I do feel pretty hangry is what my daughters say it's called in the middle of the day. I just never have time. A lot of people at work actually bring their lunch, but I never think to pack anything.
Mm-hmm.
So I usually just skip in and I have a big dinner.
And when you're at dinner with your daughters, that's probably a good time.
Oh, we're very close, so that's usually my de-stressor for the day.
That's a good thing. Well, it seems like your day is very exhausting and very action packed. Do you think there's any time of the day where you could possibly add in some physical activity, or if there's any activities you do for yourself throughout the day?
I do have a 30-minute lunch break that I usually skip and I just work through.
Yeah.
I guess I could take some time, probably no more than 20 minutes, because I would feel bad taking that long of a break.
Mm-hmm.
But everyone else takes their break, so I don't think that it would do too much harm if I took some time.
Yeah.
And there is a park right next to where I work.
Well, that's good.
So I can walk there.
Convenient. Okay, so we have a worksheet that we use with some of our clients. It's called an action plan. And what it does is it's kind of like guidelines that can set you up to help aid in your behavior change. So if this is still something you want to move forward with, I figured we could draft one today just to see how that goes.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Let's see. The first part of it is the important reasons you'd want to make your behavior change.
Well, like I said last week, I definitely just feel like I don't have a lot of energy. I feel like my body feels bad. I just want to feel better, and I want to look better too.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So we can say that your most important reasons are to look better and feel healthier.
Okay.
And the next part of that would be your main goal, which I believe we've discussed would be to lose weight.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know off the top of your head any specific actions that you know of that you could take right now?
Well, I think taking some time in the middle of the day would be a good way to clear my head. I really like that idea about maybe like taking like 15 or 20 minutes during my lunch break. Near my work, there is a really good aerobics place that I look in the window of sometimes, and I've always been interested in trying it out, but I've never known how to make the first step. But I guess this time is as good as any to go in there. So I would really like to try aerobics.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I think going for walks during your lunch breaks would help you feel better and probably re-energize you throughout the day, which also will give you some exercise.
Yeah, I like that idea. I mostly like the break idea.
Yeah, it's good to give your mind a rest too. And we could definitely look into calling that aerobics place and setting up some classes. I know you said you're not quite too sure how to go about the change, but I'm pretty sure they would have some beginner classes that would help you get into that and learn more.
I think I would like that.
Is there anything diet related? I know you mentioned eating out quite a lot.
Yeah, we do.
Is there anything you think you could do?
Well, I really don't have that much time to grocery shop, but my daughters actually will do most of the grocery shopping. So maybe they can help me, and maybe they can help me make some better choices when I'm at the grocery store. They eat pretty healthy and they're pretty athletic, so I think that they could play a pretty big part.
Yeah, it sounds like a good idea. I think it's good that you're able to depend on your daughters for things like that and that they're so important to you. Which leads me to the next point in the change plan, which would be people that can help you change your behaviors and ways that they can do so. So I know you just said your daughters can help you with your grocery shopping, and they seem like they're very big support systems in your life. So I'm sure they can help you aid or help you with the exercise portion of it too.
Yeah, I think so. They're very active. They both play college and high school sports, and their coaches make them log their diets and everything. So I think they would be good people to go to. And I do have some friends that already take the aerobics class, so maybe I can ask them. I've never asked them about it before. I just know because I've seen them in there.
Is there any other people you think that can help you? Something with your coworkers? I know you said they take lunch breaks.
Yeah, I mean, I do have some friends that are. I mean, if I do have friends over, I love having friends over for dinner. When I do actually cook. So when my friends are over, we will usually talk about like a couple different things. Usually that's the kids, wine, and exercise, and how much we don't like it. But we all kind of round about to the same idea that we all really do need to make a change, but don't really know how. So I might be able to rally some of them into maybe taking a class or walking with me.
Sounds like you have quite a few people in your life that will be able to help you make this change. The last part of the change plan that we have are some obstacles you might come across because that is a very common part of behavior change, and I don't want you to be afraid of that, and I don't want it to discourage you, but what we can do is discuss them and figure out ways to deal with it if it does happen.
Okay.
So I think from what we've discussed is you're very busy, so maybe time might be an issue.
I think time would probably be the biggest thing. And the other thing would just be, even if I do have time, I might just be too tired.
I think one strategy that would help you based off clients in the past, if you don't mind me basing my opinions off of that, would be to sit down each week, like maybe on Sunday night when you've had the weekend, and kind of plan out your week maybe in terms of exercise and dieting.
Yeah, that's usually when I'll do some planning for work anyway, so I'm sure I can carve out some time to do that.
I also think it would be good if you do decide to sign up for an exercise class, that would be a commitment that you would make, which I'm sure you'd be good at sticking to since you've gotten so far in your career. I think you seem like a very committed person, which is great. I think that would help you in your schedule.
Yeah, I think if it's something that I'm paying for and something that's scheduled and I know that there's a time I need to be there and there's other people kind of waiting on me to get there, then I'll be more likely to go.
I definitely think that'll help you. And you think there's any other obstacles that you might have right now?
The only thing I can think of is that if I'm doing it all by myself, that might be a barrier. Like if my daughters or my friends or my coworkers aren't available, it might be hard to get the motivation to do it by myself.
Okay. Well, I think for right now it would be a good idea to kind of reach out to other people. Maybe through the exercise class, you'll meet people that you can start to depend on and work out with, or maybe when you're walking during lunch, you'll meet some people. I think that would be helpful. And I hope that your daughters will be around to motivate you. They seem very supportive.
I think they will.
Yeah. I think this is a good starting plan. I think the actions that you've come up with are very good starting points that we can look into trying this week, and then next week we can see how that's going and reevaluate.
Okay.
Does that sound good?
Yeah, that sounds great.
Good. All right, well, I'll see you next week.
Okay, thank you.